Hardcore, presented by Traxion, welcomes you to Martinsville Speedway for the CodyHGaming 200. From Martinsville, Jacob Hitch, Sean Butler with you for the call. Zach Johnson, our producer for tonight. Sean, glad to have you back. Of course, we go from a 2.5-mile road course back south of the border to one of the tiniest tracks that we'll see on the circuit, Martinsville. Not really easy to drive in these ARCA cars.
I mean, you can kind of take the characteristics of a road course and apply them to Martinsville, but I mean, especially in these cars, it is very tricky. I mean, you got to be careful of the bumps. You can't just bump someone out of the way in these cars. You will send them flying into the grandstands. But it's going to be interesting to see everybody, how they tackle this race, how patient they are. We have, I think it appears, 18 drivers on the grid tonight. So track position isn't going to be huge, but it'll definitely help. But the guys with the short track prowess are going to be the ones to beat here tonight. And passing is going to be pretty difficult as well. So whoever's got the most strategy, and honestly, whoever can avoid all the wrecks is going to benefit heavily tonight.
We've got two pro drivers on the front row, and Breyer and Cozy will go through the rest of the grid in a moment. In the meantime, there you'll see it at the bottom of your screen. One new driver this week, Gabe Wood in the 50, who works with JD Motorsports. He starts from position number 5, it's Davin, who almost won this race last year with Cosman to the outside. Then it's Gabe Wood and Trey Normile, the Daytona 250 winner from a year ago. And David Schildhouse, Michael P. Frisch, P8. Now, interesting to note about Frisch. Frisch raced in S-Rock last night, won the race, won the All-Star race, broke his wheel in the meantime, fixed it earlier this evening. He is good to run tonight, which is important for the points battle between himself, Breyer, and Cozy.
You know, someone that's in this booth probably should have won that race. We're not going to go into more detail with that, but congrats to Frisch for winning the absolutely rigged race last night. Going further back, Keenan Kusin, Ryan Vargas will round out row 5. Rusty Walrus, Justin Malillo will round out row number 6. Dylan Kem in that beautiful 09 Dodge Intrepid will be rolling off 13th. Cisco Scaramuza 14th. Cody Hicken, Gary Owen make up row 8, and Dylan Jacobs and Eliza Bethall will round out row 9 in the field.
Somebody makes a good point in the chat. Brian LaPrade looking for his third week in a row with a win in the core. He won one of the races back at Lanier. Then he won CTMP a week ago. And here he is now, starting from the pole position, trying to make it 3 weeks in a row. He goes to victory lane. And right now, looking at the points, the driver, the number 35, is P1, a 20-point lead over Michael P. Frisch.
We should note that he is on a brand new rig as well that he got recently set up a couple of days ago. So we'll see if the new setup can bring him some luck here tonight.
Actually, hold on. The points that I'm looking at, wrong. They don't have CTMP in there.
We are less than 5 minutes into the broadcast, Jake.
Yeah. Here we go. Green flag. We are underway. The CodyHGaming 200 is green from Martinsville, and a big stack up already. Rusty's down to the inside wall. Gabe Wood almost got jacked up, but we're going to keep rolling through 2.
What a start by Cozy. He got the whole shot, and he takes the lead off of turn number 2. As we see back in the pack, Rusty Walrus having a little bit of an issue back with Eliza for the last position back there. But everyone gets single file as we got a little bit loose. Trey Normile off of 4 gets very loose. They're going to be 3 wide. Wood and Frisch go around, and here comes David Schildhouse to the inside.
Vargas going to come downstairs as well in that 6 tick-tock machine. He gets by Normile, so Normile's going to lose 4 spots with that one mistake coming off turn number 4. As he'll try and get it back under control now. Cozy leads this deal. Breyer then in second. They've got Cosman in third, Davin fourth, Gabe Wood rounding out the top 5, but it's a hornet's nest behind him with Frisch and Schildhouse side by side.
Frisch working that high lane very well up there, though. He is extremely good at short tracks. It's his specialty. Is just ahead of him. Davin Cornelius right underneath Cosman Yoanashu in turns 3 and 4. He gets to the inside, kind of moves him up the track a little bit. He's going to take over the 3rd spot, and Gabe just throws it in, trying to follow him through, but he's going to come up a little bit short off the corner. But right behind them, Frisch and Schildhouse still side by side. That's for 6 as they work into 3 and 4.
As I mentioned with Davin, he almost won this race a year ago. Got moved out of the way in the last corner, last lap by Jonathan Cadell, who's not here, of course, to try and go for 2 in a row here. A couple of guys not here that were in that race a year ago. Travis Brown, he's not here. in that 01 machine. It's been a couple weeks since we've seen him out on the racetrack. Goodell, obviously, I don't believe he has made a start this season. If he did, he was one and done back when we were at Daytona, I think. I would need to double check things. Joey Stone's not here because apparently Spider-Man is more important.
Priorities, man.
Oh, yeah.
So back a little further, I noticed that Dylan Jacobs is very far back in the standings. Last, in fact, and I did some research, and he was looking underneath Justin Malillo on lap 2 into turn 3, and he locked it up, hopped the curb, hit the pit cone, and narrowly avoided the pit barrels at the entry to pit road. And he's still able to keep it going, but he is considerably off the pack right now. Yep, there it is.
There's the replay. I think he did catch the barrels, actually. That's 2 weeks in a row where he's hit the end of the pit wall. No, not 2 weeks in a row. He did it at Lanier a couple of weeks ago, and
that is so close. I don't even know. I'm going to say he missed it. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say he missed it.
Here's the battle for the lead between Cozy and Briar LaPrade. It is close, and this is kind of like what we saw last week. And then 2 weeks ago at Lanier, these two fighting it out up front, 99-35.
What's the Moonhead saying? We got a 2-horse pony show at the dog races right now up at the front, so it's pretty much Cozy and Briar and everybody else. So they're all stacked up behind Davin Cornelius back there. There you see the two leaders. They have checked out from third place. Cornelius behind them. There you see them barely in frame back there. It's Davin Cornelius, Cosmin Yonashu, and Gabe Wood rounding out your top 5. But Jacob, David Schildhaus, and Michael Frisch, I'm surprised they're not closer to our leaders right now. They're kind of stuck right behind Gabe Wood as Schildhaus dives to the inside down the front stretch. We'll see if he makes the move into one, and there he goes. So Schildhaus and Frisch trying to pick their way through this little pack here.
Yeah, David got a good run coming off turn 4, was able to get to the inside of him. That's going to open the door for Frisch to follow, and Gabe's really got nowhere to go, hung up on that high side. We'll see if he can get in line behind Frisch, or if Vargas will get by him as well as they go side by side to turn number 1. Frisch holding on to the bottom, and now here comes Vargas. And Vargas not going to be nice. Let him in. Actually, Gabe bounces off the wall. Vargas takes the spot, headed to 3.
Gabe is just plummeting through the field right now. He's got to find some spot in line. Typical Martinsville, though. If you can't make that top lane work, you're going to kind of slide back more than you want. Is looking on board. The roof cam looking back from Ryan Vargas towards Gabe Wood as they work their way off of 2. And Gabe will finally slot into the 8th position, but he was well into the top 5, and now he's just lucky to still be in the top 10. But still, everyone's still single file chasing Davin Cornelius for 3rd, who's kind of pulled away from Cosmin as they work into 1 and 2. So a little surprising there.
Yeah, there you see that 77 scooting away, and you know, it's not like he didn't have speed last year to get himself up to the front late in the going to have a shot to win the race. He was up towards the front for a good portion of that race last year, and here he is lurking around this top 3. You know, he was so close to going to victory lane in his own country and his home racetrack at CTMP. Didn't get the job done, finishing in 2nd. Again, maybe this week is a shot for him to get to victory lane for the first time on iRacing. It's been now officially more than 2 years since Davin has last won in the Corps.
That is a long streak that I would not want to have under my belt right now. But who knows if this thing gets weak. Well, speaking of cars wrecking, there's Dylan Jacobs off of 4.
And the leaders are coming around here as well. Caution is out. Gabe Wood almost went around trying to get by this. I think trying to slow down for the caution flag. So Dylan Jacobs, KG, goes around, and he was just up on the high side and the loose stuff. Got on the gas to get off the corner and lost it. We'll get a replay here, right here.
So here we go into turn 3. Gets in way too hot, sliding the rear end of that car. Gets up into the concrete or the pavement portion of Martinsville. You see there's 2 distinct pavement types in the corners, and you don't want to be up there. You want to be on the bottom around where that dotted curbing is down there. And you're right, Jacob just gets up there, and there's really nothing he can do but hang on. And let alone it's enough to bring out the first caution. He kind of hit the inside wall. Not a lot of damage, though. He'll be all right.
Pits are open. We do have a couple of takers. Somebody hit the pit cone. I think it was our race leader, but I don't think there's going to be a black flag for it. Oh, that was some net code to hit the cone, but okay. Trey Normile is on pit road, as well as some others. Under our first caution flag, roughly halfway through stage 1. The stages, it's another doubleheader since we're on a short track. Stage 1 is 35 laps. Then we finish the rest of race 1 with 65 laps. Each race 100 laps. Then race 2, we have stage 2, which is again 35 laps. And then the final 65 laps to finish us off here tonight for Martinsville.
Interesting call by CodyHGaming on pit road. It looks like he only took 2 tires. And gotta say, I'm kind of scratching my head at that move. He only had an 8.5 second pit stop. So that tells me all I need to know. But 2 tires at this early portion of the race, I'm not sure if that's going to help him too much, but maybe he knows something and I don't, but we'll see. But he is easily the first car for pit road, and that'll net him in the top 10.
So we will get 1 to green here this time by, I do believe, Ben Easterday, helping to shorten these hour-long cautions that we get when we crash at a short track.
He has a lot of experience doing that with moon cars, so he's the best in the business at that. And there it is.
Yep, so 1 lap to green. Cozy's your race leader. Now, the big question here is, how well is this outside line going to work? We saw how well it worked for Cozy on the initial start. Is Breyer going to be able to pull something out of the hat here going into 1, or is Cozy just going to dominate with that bottom side?
Well, I mean, if anyone can pull something off on the outside, it would be Breyer. I mean, either one of these guys really can make something happen up there. It just all depends on how well you pinch the guy below you going into the corner. So we'll see how well they can get a good launch here. But Cozy is the control car. I put my money on him, but we'll see.
Here we go. 21 laps complete. Green flag.
Wow. Big stack up on that start there. Cozy does get a great start. Cornelius looking to follow him through to second, side by side between Breyer and Davin. Cars hitting each other back there. CodyHGaming, Gabe Wood made contact. They're still going. But up front, Breyer LaPrade making that top lane work as there's a traffic jam.
Cameras around. CodyHGaming, Gary Owen. It's a big one. In turn 3, it's a parking lot. Cisco Scaramuza, Justin Melillo involved. Rusty Walrus was just a witness to all of it. He just got on the brakes in enough time. But a pile up in turn 4, caution number 2, and go figure, cautions breed cautions at a short track.
So it's part of the course here at Martinsville. So big props to Rusty. I don't think he was watching the broadcast that time. He might have been paying attention to what's in front of him. So let's see. Yeah, the 09, that just one little thing happens in the corners here. And Eliza Bethel, does she get through that in that 64? She does. She kind of like went right up through the middle there. So good job by her there. But as I was saying, you get into a little bit of trouble going into a corner here at Martinsville. You got to be prepared for that stack up. So watch that 09 going down into the corner. That's Dylan Kem. And he just gets in there and a little bit of contact with the 50. Higgins got nowhere to go, and then everybody just stacks up behind. Melillo gets ran over by Cisco and then just lifts the rear tires up with the front of that. You see Justin try to get it going, and he finally does. But one thing I noticed, Jacob, not a lot of damage to these cars. So, I mean, I guess you could beat these things up and they can keep on going. Our producer, Zach Johnson's having a great time as we're on board with Cisco. As we'll see, he gets right into this and he introduces himself to Justin Melillo at the end of this wreck.
And Cisco has a spotter this week.
Traxion.
I'm just saying. Yeah, Justin didn't have much traction with the 49 underneath him. Let's bring up Gabe Wood and get his point of view from that crash. Gabe, what happened?
Oh, just restart stuff. It wasn't. We already hashed it out. He apologized immediately, so we're good. A little bit too early in some double headers to be getting mad at people, so we're all good.
New to the core league. How you liking it so far?
Good, except for I just got dumped. But other than that, no, I like it. I mean, I know most of these guys in here, and a couple of these guys that I don't. They're names I've heard of, and it's good to be racing with. Oh God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. A core group of guys that's pretty good.
Oh come on!
Wow!
Wow!
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
All right.
You're fitting right in, Gabe. You're doing a great job.
Good luck on the restart, and hopefully we'll talk to you here in a bit.
Hey, thanks, guys.
That's Gabe Wood, driver of the 50. He's restarting all the way in the back in P18 after being involved in that crash. We got a restart now with 9 laps to go in stage 1. Cozy and Breyer lead us down. Green flag.
Look at this, side by side for the lead.
Yeah, first tried to stick it up the middle. That didn't work. Cozy hangs on to the race lead. CodyHGaming is swerving Irvin back there in the background, but he's able to hang on and keep it straight as it's this top 2 once again. Leading us around, Shieldhouse in the wall off 4, gets it back going, but here comes Davin to the inside.
Looking on board with Michael Frisch right here, getting a good look at the advanced GG. Use code HOUSE. Sure, he's loving seeing that. Cosmic gets very loose. And there goes Ryan Vargas trying to throw it up the inside in a 3. He thinks better of it. Frisch is loose in 3 and 4. I got to think the brake biases in these cars might be tuned a little too far back. Frisch just clears himself on Cosman. What is happening? This is only the first race.
Well, see, here's the thing. Frisch got loose coming off turn 2, bounced off of Cosman. That's what got Cosman squirrely and allowed Vargas to peek to the inside 3 wide. So it was contact between Frisch and Cosman a lap ago. So Frisch is going to hold on to the spot. David's in the wall again, but Davin still can't get by him as we've got 6 to go in stage 1.
I mean, with these ARCA cars, you could get them into the wall, and they're just going to keep on going. But Shieldhouse is really struggling for grip on that top side. He's making it work. He's doing a good job defending against Davin. Davin kind of rolls up the track a little bit through 3 and 4. That might give him the edge. For the 3rd straight lap, Shieldhouse is in the wall in the front stretch. But Davin's going to make the move into 1 and 2, and Frisch looking to follow him through now.
So Davin takes P3. The problem is that the 2 guys in front of him are basically a mile up the road. The gap's a 1.5 seconds between Cozy and Davin, as here's Frisch and Shieldhouse side by side with 4 laps to go in stage 1.
Shieldhouse is just begging. Oh, and he gets clipped by Frisch. He saves it. And now the impending checkup. Oh, huge. Man, Vargas, Cisco, Cosman. Big wreck off of 2.
Look out. All right, well, that's 4 more. Vargas and Cosman kiss on the back straightaway. And that's going to be the stage. So Michael Cozy Jr. wins stage 1 with Calamity behind him coming off turn 2. Let's get a replay. I think there was some net code there.
I think
between the 20 and the 58.
I think so. So watch the 20 and the 58, the only battle you're seeing on your screen. One thing I'm going to be curious about, you'll see what I'm talking about here. Frisch just kind of stops. So there's the contact, and Frisch just slows up, and Cosman doesn't think he's going to do that. He runs into the back of him. That's Keenan Kusin in the 03. That turns Vargas around. So that's kind of a puzzling one. Netcode did cause it, but the impending just checkup out of nowhere by Frisch kind of ignited that whole thing. There's the wreck, and he checks up a little. Cosman hits him, and nowhere for anybody to go. Cisco, did he hit the pit barrels there on the exit of the corner? That looked very close. He
got some assistance from Gary Owen, who just plowed him over and sent him straight into that. We've got a couple different people to talk to. Michael P. Frisch is one. Michael Cozy Jr., our stage winner, is another. And David Shieldhouse is a third. I'm not going to bring them up all here at the same time. Let's talk with our stage winner, Michael Cozy Jr. first. Cozy, hello. He didn't have a ton of battling there with Breyer, but he was the closest guy to you for that entire stage. Pretty much domination all the way around.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
What are you looking forward to here for the rest of race 1 at least?
Winning, hopefully.
Man, a few words, Michael Cozy Jr.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, and we'll talk to you here in a bit.
Sounds good.
So there's Cozy. We'll drag him back down to here. And we're just going to talk to these guys together. David Schoenhaus, Michael P. Frisch. Gentlemen, what happened?
You know, I think I came up into him, but Ben's saying it's netcode, but you know, I'm going to take the fault at that. I'm more than 100% sure I hit the curb.
Yep.
David, any word?
I thought that I had pinched him just a little too much there. I was a little pinchy boy, but he said he hit the curb. Ben said it was netcode. Truth probably somewhere in between. I was just having a damn good time racing with my friends.
Yeah, it was a good hard race, and I'm ready for some more of it.
All right, gentlemen. Good luck in the rest of race 1.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So there goes Frisch. We'll drag Shieldhouse all the way back down. All right, here we go. green flag to finish race 1 from Martinsville. Here we go.
They're backing the whole field up off of 4. Cozy is, so he gets a great start again. He's going to clear Breyer. Breyer looking to come back on the outside. He falls into second. Side by side between Davin and Gabe Wood for third. Davin's clear, and Gabe has the 24. Gary Owen trying to work the top.
I thought we were going to have some contact in the back of the field, but they all hang on through that first lap. Everybody did pit under that caution flag, by the way, so everybody is on fresh tires. Gabe Wood, the only one that did not, him and Dylan Jacobs were the only two that did not take 4 tires. Gabe, I believe, has pitted twice already, so he just took some fuel, didn't bother taking a new set of tires, even though there are unlimited tires here in the core.
I mean, there's really no reason not to take 4 with this, so that's a little bit of a head scratcher. That's the second time we've seen 2 tires be taken, but nonetheless,
Gabe took none. This second time, he only took gas. He was in the box for 5 seconds.
That's even more of a head scratcher, so we'll see how that works out for Gabe. But back towards the back of the field, everyone pretty much single file. Schildhaus trying to make his way up through the field, looking underneath Dylan Jacobs. That's for 12th. And gotta say, David Schildhaus, for the amount of time that car has hit the wall, looks fairly clean than we're used to seeing cars at Martinsville.
Right. Dylan Kem has used his faster pair. He is the only one that has used it. Everybody else still has it in their back pocket, and they might need it, even though they're not going too fast here. You never know how hard you could hit something. Just ask Casey Kane back in 2011 here.
I mean, you always want to bank those faster pairs, no matter how bad it may seem. Unless you absolutely have to use it, you want to save that faster pair for as late in the race as you can, and most of these guys know it. So, but up front, it's still Cozy and LaPrade at par for the course all race, and David Cornelius has the line of cars behind him from third on back.
But he's not really holding them up either, just because they can't get to him to get by him. It's kind of just this. Everybody else is so evenly matched, other than the 99 and the 35.
We see down the back straightaway, still single file, no real battles happening. Michael Frisch takes a look underneath Ryan Vargas for the 9th position out of 3 and 4. And these cars look really loose off the corner as Vargas clears himself. He gets himself loose going into 1. That checks Frisch up. Keenan Kustin's right there with him, looking on board for the rear bumper of Ryan Vargas. And you might want to keep it right here because Frisch is not afraid to use that bumper, but Vargas trying to get away from him a little bit down the front.
Yeah, he's got CodyHGaming right up the road, right in front of him. A great showing for Cody thus far, P8. And now Vargas going to try and get by him here, moves him up out of the racetrack, and there he goes.
You can change the camera now, Zach.
Cody at the wall, there we go. All right.
I'm telling our great producer, Zach Johnson, how to produce because, you know, I'm just an expert at that as well. No, now he does a fantastic one where he just looks at nothing. This is the Jordan Worth camera that he does. Oh no, and he's moving it.
Got to get some sponsor time in, you know.
Can it be worse than that? I don't think it can be. I'm sure Zach will think of something, but we do have a battle brewing right now. Zach feels like missing it with another bad camera, but Gary Owen and Gabe Wood are getting very close to each other for the 4th spot. Gary got a good launch off of turn 2, but Gabe was right there. He's got Dylan Kem all over him right now, but these guys are very close off of 4.
Well, and Gary actually took that spot away from Gabe, so that put Gabe back in P5, and now he's got the pressure from the 09 and the 85 right behind him. As we are closing in on halfway through this first race, just the three cautions. Yep, 3 cautions. That good old ORN math coming back in full swing.
There we go.
Yeah.
Emmy-nominated Jacob Hitz can't do math.
Yes, sir. It's a good thing there is no math test to apply for Emmys. That's a good thing.
So big F's in the chat for Zach Johnson's Trading Paints that doesn't see Dylan Kem's car. So that I mean, he's yelling at us right now, but it's the same as it's been.
Same thing as 2 weeks ago.
We should see a Ray Evernham 09 factory setups Dodge Intrepid. But
it's
now we're just
one we saw at Lanier. I don't think he showed up last week.
Unbelievable.
Oh.
Now he's making excuses.
Right. No. Zach's right. We picked it up on trading paints. That's why I have it. Because I didn't go in and delete the folder. I just threw everything new in.
I'm just hearing a bunch of excuses. That's all I'm hearing.
Zach, I will send you my paint folder after the race, and it'll have both Dylan and Cody's cars in it. I mean, you could, but...
Really hope Zach is able to be heard on the broadcast, so Jacob's just not talking to himself.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, no.
Jacob's talking to himself.
What else is new? All right.
So this is looking a lot like that very exciting S-Rock race last night, Jacob, that you had the pleasure of broadcasting. This has been just all single file at this point in the race. There really hasn't been anyone willing to, shake things up a little bit, or doesn't even look like they have the ability to right now.
The only difference is that there are 6 more cars on the racetrack than there were last night, and we're at a track that's quarter the size that we were at last night. So
That
this
is true.
A lot more entertaining. Here comes Frisch underneath Trey Normile for P7.
I'm not going to put up a big fight with Frisch, so he knows he's a little bit faster. So good move by Trey to just kind of hang out there. Maybe he can follow Frisch up. That's a strategy that a lot of drivers don't like to do at short tracks, as Dylan Kim's looking to dive underneath Gabe Wood here. This is for the 5th spot, but it could be beneficial if you let a faster guy go. He can maybe, create a lane for you too, and you can end up with a net positive gain as Gabe Wood hits the wall going into 1. That's a good job there. Don't want to do that. But so move Frisch and Kim up, and here comes Trey Normile to pass Gabe as well.
Got to be ready to pounce. Oh, and Normile missed the corner.
Oh boy.
Here comes Vargas down underneath. Normile hits the wall. You got Schildhouse right there as well. 4-car pack to turn 1. This is from 7th on back.
It's been a rough couple of laps for Normile. He's trying to do the break the Schildhouse record in this race of how many consecutive laps he can make contact with the wall. So he's close. I think the record was 3 by Schildhouse earlier, and okay, the streak is broken. So Normile is back in the groove now. So getting passed by Ryan Vargas. Vargas admitted that he quote unquote sucks here as he gets loose off of turn 2. Normile back into the wall. Schildhouse is going to follow him through, and Gabe Wood tries to throw it in there. So this is all kind of breaking down for the 7th spot.
And here comes Frisch to the inside of Dylan Kim. Kim pulls over, lets him go, and takes the spot away. And now Kim's going to watch the 58 and see what the heck he's doing wrong here.
I would do the exact same thing. I mean, if you want to watch a guy on short tracks learn how to do it, Michael Frisch is one of the guys, one of the best in the business at the short tracks in these cars and pretty much anything. So smart move by DK to let him go by. So it's, I mean, we said the action was getting a little bit, like leveling up a little bit, but it's kind of quieted down now a little bit. The only thing I could really see developing is David Schildhouse is making Ryan Vargas a little uncomfortable off of 4 for the 6th position, or 7th position, I should say. So maybe that could be something that heats up in the next coming laps.
At least we won't see any debris cautions like we saw last night.
Yeah, I'm still not happy about that, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not either.
What you're not happy?
I was outnumbered like 4-1 in the booth, but I still wasn't happy.
I mean, they asked me too, and he's like, "Hey, Sean, what if we threw a caution right here with you leading with 10 to go?" I'd be like, "I wouldn't like that," and they did it anyway. So, really excited for that, but can't complain. It's what the fans wanted. They got a better finish than they would have gotten, I guess. So that's a thing.
Did they?
I don't know. Like I said, I would have preferred to stay green. Vargas, he's losing the rear tires on that car as we shift back into the racing action here. But rear grip is so important in Martinsville. If you've ever raced on this track, especially in these cars, if you wear out your rear tires, you will not have any sort of drive off the corner. And Vargas experiencing that right now as he is just sliding all over the place.
I really want that Tic Tac car to win. Gabe Wood is hitting.
Wow.
As I mentioned, I want Vargas to win just so I can make the TikTok grandfather clock reference. But
Oh my gosh, we already had the core group of guys joke made. You're gonna throw that in there as well? Oh, Vargas is coming in now.
yeah.
Oh boy, he made it. He made it, I guess.
We're good. Does this mean these guys can't make it on fuel?
It's like we didn't do our research before this race started.
The fuel limit is 40%.
Oh yeah, that's drastically shorter than
Yeah,
required.
that would tell me no, they cannot make it. Cozy has gapped LaPrade now. The gap is a second between the top two. It was within half a second for most of this green flag run, most of the night. So far.
Goes to show just how much strength Cozy has at the short tracks. You were talking about Michael Frisch earlier. Cozy, another one of the guys that is one of the short track aces. And we have a caution.
Cosman.
And Frisch has just come onto pit road as well. So we'll see how that shakes out. But caution number 4, I believe, hits us at Martinsville.
Cosman just lost it going into turn number 1. Looks like it wheel hopped. Oh, and he got clobbered by Cody.
Yes, he did.
And it was right in the middle of the racetrack in turn 1.
Man.
Here's the replay. Oh, and Eliza.
Yeah, keep it all the way on Cosman right here, Zach. So he locks up going into 1, gets hit by Hicken, and then he's
from
good.
Downtown.
He's good, and Eliza Bethal's coming, and bam! He should see her coming right there. I mean, I don't know about that. I think it's a flat left front after that, too. I wouldn't blame him because that car took a direct hit in the left front tire. There's an onboard with him, just locks it up. Let's see. There's the hit, and here's Eliza.
Had no idea. He had no idea she was coming.
No idea. And if we go to a live shot now, Cosman he just hit the wall going into 1. He can't turn the car. He's turning it by hitting the wall in the corners. We'll see if he can make it into the pit lane.
Oh, barely.
Oh. But yeah, that is a fast repair required right there, I believe, on the 84 car.
More than likely. Let's talk to the driver of the 84. Cosman, what happened?
Oh man. Well, you see, I decided to save some fuel, shut the engine down, and it got loose. And when you hit the gas with the engine not running, nothing happens.
Oh no.
Could that be because the engine's off, Cosman?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe. Yeah, that's the story. Sorry I brought that yellow out. I didn't mean to do that.
It looked like it broke the left front. I mean, were you dragging the whole left front going in? I mean, was it a flat tire or damage?
It was meatball. What I couldn't see who was coming from the right side. And I kind of drove into Eliza. I think I need triples to see, because you don't see anything on one screen when you're sparked down low on Martinsville.
Well, best of luck to you here the rest of the way. This kind of gives you a reset here. You used your reset. 30 laps to go. Do you think you've got a shot to get a top 5, maybe even a win?
I need a few more people to do something dumber than what I just did, so I don't know. Chances are pretty slim, honestly.
All right, well, best of luck. Go get him, and hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this deal.
We won't, but have a good time.
Damn it,
Depressing.
Cosman.
It's Cosman Ionescu, the driver of the 84. All right. Well,
Shake it off.
Restart with 28 laps to go.
What is happening in the back of the field? Oh my! Cisco
he got hit by
Scaramouche.
Cisco.
He was
coming
around.
Again. He was coming around to get his spots, and because he got the wave around, and he came up way too fast. He didn't expect the field to be parked on the exit of 2 like that under the pace car. So Michael P. Frisch was caught on pit road. He's your race leader. Here we go, green flag.
We might have a 3-car breakaway at the front of this field now as Michael Frisch, as you said, finds himself in the lead. But what a start from Cozy. The second time we've seen him work the top side. But again, Frisch, I believe he didn't get a chance to pit. He's on those older tires. And we're going to see how that shapes up. But Cozy, if this keeps up, he's going to check out.
Frisch did pit. Trouble in the back. Rusty Walrus slaps the wall. We're still green.
Hit the wall pretty hard, too. He's limping down the front straightaway.
Yeah, he kind of got loose off the corner and backed it in with the right rear corner panel and then the right front. Battle for second, though. Frisch on that outside line. Frisch did pit. but he didn't take tires. I think he only took fuel.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's evident. Frisch is at a significant grip disadvantage, and he needs another caution or else he's going to plummet through this field here. He's going to be 3 wide here with Davin looking to go underneath him. Normile 3 wide at the bottom.
He might be that caution that he needs, to be completely honest with you.
I mean, I'm right there with you. So he needs something to happen, not to him, but in a hurry for him to get some tires on that car and make another run at it.
Davin and Trey side by side, P6. Here comes Keenan to the inside. Trying to get P7, won't get there. Davin holds on.
Keenan Kusin in the Kia. He's running that Kia all season. We have one way out of the groove back there. CodyHGaming diamonds the corner in 1 and 2 and loses a couple of spots. He's able to keep it going, and I'm hearing a lot of contact around. I'm just no one wrecking. I guess I'm hearing things. I don't know, but back up towards the front, it's still Michael Cozy Jr. over Briar LaPrade, and something's got to give if someone wants to get up here. But right now, Jacob, no one's gotten anything for these two right now.
Their lap times have been identical. Last time by 19.951 for Cozy, 19.960 for Briar. This time by a 20.008 for Cozy, for Briar a 20.087. They're just within a tenth of each other every lap.
And that's not what you want to see if you're Briar. That means you're not making up any ground and you're losing slightly each lap. So Briar's going to have to figure something out if he wants to get up to Cozy. Last time by a little bit faster for Briar at 20.04 for Cozy, at 20.01 for Briar. So we'll see if Briar can keep those lap times consistent, but it's going to take a lot to get to the back bumper of that 99.
Oh, yeah. We're coming to 20 laps to go. Here's a gaggle. We've got somebody getting lapped. Is that doing Jacobs? We got trouble. CodyHGaming. We are still green. He's out of the racing line. Drifting it up off the corner as KG's about to get lapped. Dylan Jacobs, he goes up to the high side. This is allowing Briar to close in. He's in the way. Briar has to swerve to miss him. And everybody survives for now. That was close.
That's what you don't want to see if you're a lead lap car approaching the traffic at the exit of a corner, and that is case in point what Briar just experienced. Luckily, they didn't run into him, but didn't lose too much ground to Cozy either. He actually looks like he's catching him a little bit, but we're going to see how much that affects the gap. But right now, still Cozy, LaPrade, and everybody else.
How about Gary Owen, P3? Great showing for the driver of the 24.
Very solid run.
Who's not making fun of Caleb this week.
No, he's got a tweet on the front of that car. It says, I can't really see what it says now, but it says we're in the wrong league on the sides of it. And that says Gowan Racing Podcasts on the trunk lid of that car. And on the roof it says cancel Caleb Hoffman. So this scheme is just all anti-Caleb Hoffman. I gotta say, this rivalry's gone on for a considerable amount of weeks, Jacob.
Which is weird considering Caleb hasn't made a start since week 2.
I mean, you think this car is the reason why? I mean, I wouldn't want to come into the league with this car in the field either if it's just anti-me.
I don't think it's that.
Oh, okay. Just trying to add a storyline to it, just waiting for the triumphant return of Hoffman to absolutely dump Gary Owen just because of that paint scheme.
This would be the place to do it. We've got 15 to go, coming to 14 to go for the leaders. The gap is just about 0.7 of a second between Cozy and Briar. We do have a battle for 14th. Cisco and Cosman. Yeah. How about it?
Two of the stars of this race. Cisco has got some front end damage, got some rear end damage. Cosman had to use his fast repair, so these two guys have, I don't want to say been through the meat grinder in this race, but they're close enough. Cisco's very loose off the corner. Let's see if Cosman makes a move here. Let's be overly invested into this battle for 14th. We're going to see if Cosman, he's getting to the rear bumper from Jacob, but I don't think Cosman's got anything for him right now. Cisco's just too strong going into 3.
Coming off 2, it almost looked like Cosman just has burned the rear tires completely off. And off the corner, it does nothing but slide. It doesn't go forward. It just
they both kind of look like the tires are yelling for help in each of these cars. Here comes Cosman. He's got to run down the back straightaway. Could he make the move? He's going to dive into 3. No, he's not. He's just going to fall behind him.
Wow.
Oh, we got trouble.
Oh, trouble.
Dylan Jacobs again.
Again, he's up out of the groove and he's just going to tow.
He burned a heart into the track with his tires and then exited the racing surface.
It works.
It works. That is not what Frisch wanted to see, though. He wanted him to stay on the racetrack to get that caution, but he's going to have to stick this one out in those older tires. So he's willing to see any form of caution at any point, but laps are running down very quickly.
We're about to have one. Vargas just got boot scoot and boogied out of the way by Gabe Wood. I mean, I thought he was going to get wrecked. He was able to keep it straight. Vargas stayed in front of Gabe, by the way. All of that for nothing.
He lost some time with that bump to Ryan Vargas off of turn 2, but Gabe's going to re-rack and try to get back to him. But Gabe in the wall again. He's really trying to get the that car moving. He wants to get back to Vargas and maybe finish the bump and run.
I think the contact was incidental. He kind of backed off like he didn't mean to run him over, but he still ran him over. 8 laps to go.
He's still committed to it anyway, so I don't know what that whole thing was. He's reeling him in, though. I mean, he's got the power, he's got the speed to get by Vargas, but the question is, does he have the guts to put the bumper to him again?
Probably.
I'm just trying to stir the pot at this point, really.
I would hope so.
Mm-hmm. There's David Schildhaus in that Focus Chevrolet Impala.
He's going to have to do a little more focusing in this second race.
Goodness, come on. That's the third layup.
You put
joke.
the ball on the tee.
I did.
Could not. I
The
could
lob
not
and the
resist
jam.
taking a swing. Yeah.
You're saying you took a swing at the ball if I put it on the tee there?
Yep.
Oh man, we apologize to all our viewers, by the way. It's been a painful joke-filled race, but maybe the excitement's going to build up here as Gabe Wood, Jacob, has reeled in Ryan Vargas. Let's see if he can make the move this time.
5 to go. Let's see if he can do it. Vargas gets a little squirrely off turn 2. Gabe can't quite get there. Going into 3. This could be it, maybe. No, Vargas pulls away just by a hair. 4 laps to go.
By the way, not missing anything up front. Michael Cozy has opened it up to a 1.5 second lead over Briar LaPrade. So unless something crazy happens, Cozy is going to run away with this thing. But here comes Wood to the outside of Vargas going into 3.
Defensive line moved him up the hill. That might give Vargas the spot. 3 to go.
I love how we're so invested in the battle for 9th. This is good stuff. Oh man, what is this? There's Justin Malillo, Cosman, Cisco again. This battle's heating up as well. This is for position.
Yeah, that's 13th, 14th, and 15th with 2 laps to go. Gabe is caught, though. Vargas one more time. Let's see what he can do. 2 laps to go into turn 1. He hits him. Vargas holds on. If he gets one more shot, he's just going to move that 6 car out of the way.
He's got no choice now. I mean, that's pretty much the only way he can get around him. Now he's got to move him. He doesn't have to wreck him. That's
Right.
so tough to do, especially in these cars.
Oh, he hit the wall. White
The wall
flag for
again.
Cozy. He's going to bring it through 3 and 4. He's half a lap ahead of everybody. Michael Cozy Jr. wins race 1 in Martinsville. The king of the short track continues his reign. Here's Vargas. He gets moved. He gets turned. He drifts it. Here comes Gabe. They beat. They bang. Gabe Wood gets the spot for 9th.
Oh, here comes Vargas. He just runs him over.
Oh,
going
and there
into the
goes
corner.
Keenan. And Frisch for good measure.
Oh,
All right.
Cosman just finishes Keenan off in the
Yep.
corner. That's rough.
And now we get 5 minutes of practice.
Silence.
So we get a chance to talk to our race winner. And maybe even our top 3. Michael Cozy Jr.
Get a hot dog.
Yeah, we'll bring up Briar here, since he just couldn't pass the 99 to save his life.
Wow.
And you saw it. 3rd place, Gary Owen is not in the Discord. All right, fine.
We'll pretend
Let's talk
he is.
to our winner, Michael Cozy Jr. How about it? Domination.
Yeah, it feels really good, man. It's been a while since I raced at Martinsville, and I still got it, I guess.
How about race 2? Same plan? Second verse, same as the first?
Yeah, I guess I got to pass a lot more cars this time, which is cool with me. Get a win under my belt. Now I get to have some fun passing cars or whatever. I look forward to that. Yeah, we'll see.
Kind of important for the points battle as well. Points are broken on that screen. Let me go over announcements. There are points. So you sit... Oh, no, I guess these points are right. You sit P4 in points behind Davin, who finished way back there in P6. And then behind Frisch, who finished way in the back, and Breyer, who finished second. So this kind of helps claw your way up toward the front in points. There are the live points.
Thank you,
starts
Zach.
are wrong, but the points, the point numbers are right.
So you're still saying there's a chance?
I'm still saying there's a chance. Yes, sir. Even with that drop in there especially, things look good for the driver of the number 99.
That's good enough for me. I'm going to go out here and try to win this other one then.
Well, best of luck, and potentially we'll talk to you at the end of stage 2, stage 1 of race 2. Good luck.
Thanks.
That is Michael Cozy Jr., race winner, who he did not win this race a year ago. As I mentioned, it went to Jonathan Cadell, but he wins race 1 of 2. Now let's talk with Breyer LaPrade, who finished in second. Breyer, is there anything you can do to get by the driver of the 99 here in this second race?
I don't know, man. I'm on my new rig, so I don't want to sound like I'm making excuses or whatever, but just trying to get used to that. So I feel like my pace is off, just not being comfortable out here. So hopefully I'll figure it out here soon, and maybe try and fight this time for the lead and see if we can give him something. But yeah, I just got to try and get comfortable out here with this new rig I got going on, and yeah, it'll take time. We'll see.
You've won a race each week over the last 2 weeks. Do you extend that streak to make it 3 weeks in a row here tonight in this second race?
I don't know. I'm very doubtful about it, honestly. We'll see. I love Martinsville, so that's definitely something that can help me, just being able to be decent at this track, or just a track I love in general. But yeah, I doubt it, but we'll see. We'll try and put up a fight.
All right, Brian, best of luck to you, and hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this deal.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You laughing at,
Yes.
Zach?
I think Zach's laughing at what you're looking at on your screen between Gabe and Vargas. I thought it was Sean that was laughing. I wasn't sure which laugh that was that I was hearing during the interview.
Well, Zach, whenever you hear Zach's laugh, it's more of a I don't really do that. So
This is true.
And Zach is telling us not to bully him. You gave us the camera angles earlier in that race that just set us off. So
Speaking of cameras, do we have any actual cameras tonight? Nobody joined the... Okay, cool. All right. Wow.
Do we have any cameras underneath the track again?
I think we can make them. If we
There
don't.
we go.
Yep,
There's
see, there
one.
we go.
That's not quite as bad as it was yesterday, but I mean, it's close. No, that's further down.
Yeah. Perfect.
Well, if I could
right.
see the tires on these cars under the track, that just shows how glued to the track these things are. I'm just making stuff up, by the way. Vargas is just having a great time just spinning that car out. So is Cosman. So now, Jacob, is this a field invert like we usually do for the second races after the first one?
Yes. So Dylan Jacobs, who finished 12 laps down, who spun out a lot, is on the pole for race number 2.
Strategy.
Which we will line up for in about 10 seconds, and we'll go through the starting grid then.
There we go. So we got about 5 seconds left of the warm-up. So I don't know. The next start for this race could either be one of the greatest things we've seen in a while, or one of the most hellacious wrecks we've ever seen. And I might go for the latter with this one, just depending on how this goes.
We've seen a couple of big wrecks already tonight. I feel this has the potential to be much, much worse with what we have in store. But here we go. Here's the grid for race 2.
Not yet.
Well, it'll
There
get...
it is.
Yeah, there it is.
There we
Dylan
go.
Jacobs, Rusty Walrus, Russell Cox on the front row here. And then you got Cody Hicken, Justin Malillo in row number 2. Cosman and Cisco, who are battling hard there at the end of that first race. They line up in row 3 together. Elizabeth, Michael P. Frisch, 2 purple cars line up 7th and 8th. Rounding out the top 10 will be Vargas and Gabe Wood, who we saw brawl it out at the end of race 1 as well.
And jumping into row number 6, we got Trey Normile there in the 85. Keenan Kusin in the Kia will be rolling off in the 12th spot. Jumping into row number 7. There we go. Dylan Kem, who I don't think we got the paint scheme for, but oh well. He starts 14th. Davin Cornelius 13th. Row number 8 sees David Schilthouse and Gary Owen. And rounding out this field, our top 2 finishers from the last race, Bryla Pratt and Michael Cozy Jr. And Jacob, they have their work cut out for them to make their way through this field.
You have a feeling at least one of them is going to have to use their fast repair at some point during this race.
Dylan Jacobs is inside of the pace truck.
Cool.
Just wanted to point that out.
All right. Well,
there he is.
Yep.
Now he is the pace truck.
It's a good thing that thing's not solid.
Yep. We keep joking, like, every time we do a Fisher race, what if iRacing just didn't tell anybody and made the pace car solid for a week? Like, that would... Honestly, if that were to happen and I were to hit, like, one of them, I would not be mad, because that would be really funny.
Or like when the pace car gets behind and has to fly through the field in order to get up to the front.
Or remember the time where, like, the pace car would get a really bad, like, exit of pit road and the caution, and it would just morph through the wall and then just come back on the straightaway, like, magically in front of the field. Those were good times. Why are we so far behind the pace car right now?
Well, that's where Dylan's putting us at here.
Oh, boy. Okay.
David
Strap in,
Schilthouse
folks.
is mad over the radio about something. I'll hear that when I put together the radioactive. And the radioactive in the last 2 weeks, it'll get together this weekend. Here we go. Green flag. We're stacking up. They're almost wrecking. We're good. Oh, brother. Here we go. Turn 1.
Cisco missed a shift again. That's multiple times this season. They're going to be 3 wide, and Rusty's in the wall. Justin gets turned, and there we go.
Parking lot.
Parking lot.
Kusan. Trey Normile. Davin, Cisco, I think. Oh, brother. So that's okay. So we've wrecked coming off 2. We wrecked going into 1. We've now wrecked on the back straightaway. We're a little more than halfway through wrecking at every single spot on the racetrack. This also allows Cozy to jump up like 5 spots and Breyer to jump up like 5 spots.
We're going to need to see an onboard from Dylan Kim with this one at some point. But look at Cozy trying to make his way around the outside back there. But right here is where it all just breaks down. There's the wreck. Hard of the inside wall goes Normile. And Cornelius is getting pushed by Keenan. I mean, not really a lot of damage to Keenan. Frisch got into it a little bit. But I do want to see what DK saw in that in the 09, if we can get a roof cam. There's Cisco missing his shift, by the way. So that's... Like I said, multiple times this season that's happened. But watch that white 09 right there in the bottom lane. He's going to sneak through this. There's everything happening, and he just barely gets through that. I'm not sure how the lane opened up, but it did.
Gary Owen also made it through. My, oh my.
There we go. Here's our onboard. So we'll see. If you guys played NASCAR Thunder 2004 or 2003, whatever it was, and you did the Mike Skinner Challenge, you get to see, how would you like to see this happening in front of you? And you got to find a way through, and by God, the door opened up, and there he went, and there's what he leaves behind.
All right, so we are under caution for the first time on lap 1. I think this is caution number 5 on the night.
You been keeping track?
I'm guessing. I think we had 4 in that first race. When we were here last year, we had 17 cautions, which is as many as we had 2 weeks ago when we were at Lanier between both races. So we're doing much better here tonight than we did last year.
By the way, if you're following the Core on Twitter, at the Core League, a very good screenshot picture was just put up there. It was of Rusty and Dylan Jacobs starting race 2 next to each other on the grid with the Twilight Zone logo over it. So that is pure comedy out of this race so far, and they realize the gravity of the situation as much as we did.
Thanks, Caleb, our social media guy. Wow. All right. Should have 1 to green here.
And a whole lot of shakeups at the front, so it's still going to be Jacobs, Hicken, Rusty, Cosman, and Vargas. Your top 5. So, I mean, we're not out of the woods yet here, Jake. I mean, we could have another parking lot type of wreck if all the ingredients mix properly.
It's possible, but you also have Briar LaPrade in 10th and Cozy in 13th, it looks like. No, I'm sorry, 11th. So they picked up 9 spots each in that wreck.
Oh, boy.
So here we go. It's Jacobs and CodyHGaming leading us down for the restart. 6 laps are complete. We still have yet to complete one under green flag. Here we go.
Oh, Vargas gets a good restart, dives it underneath of Rusty, but they're going to make that. There he goes. Now he's going to go underneath 3 wide off the corner. They are not going to make this work, are they? Cosman is just blocking the world going into 3, but
yeah,
so far so good.
Davin just got moved out of the way by Cozy. We're going to make it a lap. My goodness.
Oh, Cozy throws it in on Keenan. Is he going to make this stick back there? He is.
Barely.
Man.
CodyHGaming is your race leader. Cosman takes second away, battling second with the 06. And here comes Vargas looking for third. Jacobs bounces it off the fence. So here comes Vargas. Cozy tries to send it on Gabe Wood. Can't do it. Fits back in line. This is Bedlam.
Oh, no.
As there goes Jacobs in the wall. We're good. They're almost 3 wide.
Oh, Keenan ran over Rusty, gets spun. That's going to bring out a caution.
Yeah, he punt, pass, and kick right there going into turn 3. Textbook.
Classic. I mean, not a whole lot of damage from that incident to Rusty. We'll get a replay of it here in a second, but just I'm not sure if Rusty was too hard on the brakes or Keenan wasn't on the brakes enough. So we'll see. Watch that 59 right there. So you'll see Keenan in the Kia creeping in the right side of your screen next to Schildhaus. There he is, and
there he goes.
I don't know. I can't really tell from that angle. I'd have to see an onboard from Keenan to determine that, but from that angle, it looks like Keenan just ran him over.
Keenan would have gotten a Hershey chocolate bar the size of his arm and a medal for that punt right there going into turn 3. My oh my.
So let's see here. So let's see. He has to check up right there. Thought about going 3 wide. I don't know if he could have done anything. Yeah, that's a head scratcher. That's one of them one of them gray areas.
Well, we could talk to him.
We could.
Let's do that now that he's in his box here. So,
yeah,
Keenan, what happened from your point of view?
Rusty is he's just a really nice guy. So I saw that he could probably pick up a couple mile an hour in the center of the corner. I figured I'd help him out a little bit. You know, just a nice little friendly little tap, little pat on the back.
Is there anything you could have done to not hit him, or just?
It wasn't on purpose.
No choice.
It wasn't intentional. Like I tried to lift, and by the time I realized I was going into him, it's like either I lock up and I get drilled, or unfortunately. So I mean, I tried to stop. I didn't realize what pace we were going to be doing in the middle of the corner. That was my mistake, though. Sorry to Rusty.
How could you, Keenan? Unreal.
Dude, he's been doing squats. He's been hitting the gym. He's just looking real good, real nice and tight.
Unbelievable.
Thank you, Keenan.
Yeah, you know what you're getting into when you drag me up here. I don't feel any sort of remorse.
Right. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, brother.
Keenan is always one of the best interviews
What is Justin
in the
doing?
league.
What? Mowing the grass over here that doesn't even exist anymore? What is it?
He's doing the NR 2003 tire cooling strategy.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
It was, but I don't think it works in iRacing because they're different things.
Right.
Sort of.
All right, here we go. Off turn 4. It's Cody and Cosman again. Green flag.
All right, so let's see who gets the better start. They are still stacking. They stack up every restart so far. Oh, and Hicken, he gets loose. Takes Cosman out. 2-car incident, another caution, but CodyHGaming just threw it way too hard into the corner. He's still fighting it.
Still wrecking.
Oh, boy. It's come unglued here in race 2.
It has burst at the seams. That's I think, the fourth caution of the race already. Here's the replay. No assistance. Just got loose. Almost like wheel hopped it. Oh.
I think he might have been in cahoots there with Vargas. I mean, Vargas wanted the lead. Let's see. There's definitely no contact here. He just gets too hard into the corner. Poor Cosman. Cosman's hit everything but the lottery in this race, I think. And,
Cody already gets into the corner and he's turning to the right. Let's talk with the driver of the 28. Cody, what happened?
Got a little too excited. I had Vargas behind me, hyping me up. Got in my a little too hot, and you saw what happened.
Did it just wheel hop on you, or just miss your mark? Because it looked like from the outside, it looked like you were turning right before you even got to the corner.
I think I was getting in a little too hot. I think I just missed my braking point by like an eighth of a second. Then I thought I was just gonna demolish Cosman, so then I just cranked the wheel to keep it off him. And fortunately, I only took myself out and no one else. From what it seems.
Thanks for sponsoring the race, by the way. We appreciate it.
Oh my
goodness. For the broadcast.
Now, Cody, really quick before we let you go, what is your brake bias at right now?
I could not tell you. I'm just using default everything.
Oh man.
That might be part of it then. The brake bias is like 68 or something ridiculous, isn't it?
I think it was. Let me check. It is. Let me hit the garage. The garage. It is 68. Yes. So that is a little forward here, but some of these guys might have to push it up a little bit further. So.
Right. Well, thanks for your time, Cody, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you again before this thing's said and done in a good way.
Yep. No problem. Thank you for the.
Oh,
damn it.
Jacob, come on.
Nobody ever talks after they say
the guy just got involved in a. You can't just cut him off when he's thanking you for the broadcast. Gonna have to explain that one after the race is done.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, we're coming to green here.
Great segue, by the way.
Yeah. So now it's Cosman stayed up at the front with that caution. He remains the leader. Now he's got Vargas to the outside. Then it's Kim and Gary Owen behind him. Also, Peep, Briar LaPrade, and Michael Cozy Jr., who are now the inside line, third and fourth. Green flag.
Great restart from Vargas. He's going to be side by side in a drag race with Cosman into one. Kim throws it in there. Pinch by Vargas. They're going to be side by side. Cosman's going to be clear. How about Dylan Kim? He's been hovering around the top 5 all race. He's looking to get into the further podium spots as he gets tight and loose at the same time into 3, but maintains it. Now they're side by side behind him. It's going to be Gary Owen and Briar LaPrade.
Tight and loose at the same time. Doesn't that just mean normal?
It happens, yes.
All right. So Briar takes over fourth, maybe, trying to get by. Oh, and there goes Gary into the wall, keeps it going. He's now got Cozy underneath of him. As Cosman continues to lean with Vargas behind. Didn't you say Vargas said he hates this racetrack or is not good here or something?
He said, quote, "I suck here" before the race.
Yeah, how's that working?
I mean, he's had to come here in the actual cars once or twice, so he knows what he's doing. I think he's trying to hustle the field here.
Well, Briar's done it, I think, the past 2 weeks now, so if it works, might as well try it out for yourself. We've got Rusty in the wall in turn 2. We're still good. We're still green.
Watching the broadcast again.
I think he got help from Trey Normile. I heard him come over the radio and apologize, so that's when I looked up at the top of my screen and saw Rusty almost out in the grandstands.
Oh, man. Look at this line of cars we have here. Vargas got very loose going into 1. He slid all the way through 1 and 2. Here comes Cozy underneath LaPrade. This could be the battle for the win eventually. Cozy throws it in and moved Cozy up into P4.
Frisch is right there as well.
If you guys remember, Frisch got kind of shaken out with that last strategy when the caution came out in the first race. He's looking to redeem himself, but these 3 guys, as you were saying, Jacob, they are going to be the ones to watch. If they can bust through this traffic, Cozy gets in the back of Kim, but they keep it going.
That was close.
A little bit.
That was really close.
A little bit. Briar's doing a good job of hanging on to this high line, though. I mean, he keeps saying, I did mention before the race that he might still be adjusting to his rig, and he confirmed it in his interview, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. But Frisch is going to clear, and LaPrad's got to do something or else Gary's going to pass him as well, but it looks like he's going to be clear. Nope, Gary's still there in the one.
10 laps to go in stage 2, technically speaking. Stage 1 of race 2, but it's being scored as stage 2. Cosman remains out in front. Then you've got Vargas, Chem. Here comes Cosman to the inside with a great run off turn 4, with Frisch sitting in P5.
Here comes Cozy for P3 underneath Dylan Chem. I don't think Chem's going to fight him all that much for it. He knows Cozy's the faster car. Frisch looking to follow him through. Frisch gets a little tight there, but move Cozy into P3, and I'd say that 99 is lurking.
And here comes Frisch taking the spot. Here comes Davin underneath Gary Owen as Breyer got shuffled out of the deck. He's now way back there with Schoenhouse.
Yeah, Breyer just got the bad end of that, and he takes the 24 out. He spins him off the corner.
Look out. Oh, there goes. Oh, Eliza. Eliza turned KG around coming off turn 4. We will have another restart here. Cody Hicken will get his lap back here under the caution. And Gary Owen, just a victim of Breyer LaPrade. That's another entry for the punt, pass, and kick contest.
I feel bad for Gary. He was running the top 3 for most of the night at Martinsville here, but it's gone from bad to worse with this wreck. Just couldn't really agree on real estate there. Breyer had the roll through the center better, and there you see the 06 just get turned right into Gary.
What is Vargas doing?
Vargas is pitting right now. He's ahead of the pace car.
Stage points.
He'll potentially get black flagged here if he's not careful.
The pace car beat him to the line, but stage points. I'm confused with that one. Like, he's just throwing away free points. If he finished in second, he had 4 points to his name, but instead he's going to bring it to pit road.
I think he might just be looking big picture here. I don't think he wants to win the stage here. I think his goal is to win the race, so we'll see what he can do. But that puts Cosman in a very precarious position at the front of the field trying to win this stage. He's got to deal with Michael Cozy Jr. in second and Michael Frisch in third. So if Cosman can hang on to this, hats off to him, but it's definitely not going to be easy for that 84 to take home the stage win here, as he's also getting acquainted with the pace truck. Official pace truck.
Yes, sir. And seeing that iRacing logo, what I miss is Lowell Osnaka with the iRacing Funny Moments on YouTube car.
Yes.
I haven't seen that, I guess, since Iowa. So
we might be taking a break.
I have a feeling we'll see him back next week at Michigan. I know he likes the big tracks. So yeah, we're at Michigan next week, and then in 2 weeks, it is the All-Star race, the Radicals at Charlotte.
Oh boy.
Hallelujah. The best night of the year is coming in 2 weeks. I promise you that. If you are not here for that, shame on you. Because it is going to be the best race of the season. There's no doubt about it.
That has Zach Johnson written all over it in terms of car and track combination.
It is perfect. It's going to be so much fun. Remember the deal? I think we talked about this 2 weeks ago. If David Schoenhouse can manage to win either tonight or next week at Michigan, he will be in the booth with Sean and Kevin, and I'll be out running the Open to try and make my way into the All-Star race. And then when I don't make it, David will be running the race, and I'll be back up at the broadcast booth where I belong.
Are you chomping at the proverbial bit to run that race, Jacob? Is that your specialty?
I would just say it's an equalizer, which gives me any sort of help. If I'm running these things, forget about it. I'm running it last. So here we come. 2 laps to settle the stage. Green flag.
Another great start for Cozy. He's done that all night. Cosman spins the tires. He is not quite there yet. They are stacking all up into turn 1. Cozy gets a great run, and stop us if you heard this before. Michael Cozy to lead at Martinsville. Frisch trying to follow him through.
Oh, he almost punted Cosman and almost got punted by Vargas, but Cosman's going to hold on for second for now. He's clear up on that outside line. He's probably going to get moved to the outside line. Last lap, stage 1. There goes Frisch. Turned by Vargas. Davin is in it. Normile. Cisco bounces it off the fence. Breyer's in the wall. Trey around again. It's a 4-car breakaway. Cosman's in second. He's going to hold on to second. Cozy sweeps the stages. He wins stage 2, and it is still a parking lot coming off turn number 2. Normile and Breyer only left now.
So there's a lot to unpack with this wreck here. So we'll get a couple of replays, but Michael Cozy Jr., man, we've said he's got the golden horseshoe of iRacing. The second he gets to the lead, the madness happens behind him. So as you see them coming to pit road now, they are able to pit. Vargas stays out. If you guys remember, he pit under that caution, much to the surprise of Jacob Hitz. But we're seeing now why he did it. So he's going to assume the lead here. But yeah, this will add a whole new element to this race for sure.
Let's get a replay of the carnage on that last lap. Cisco,
Why is
look at Cisco.
Why is he?
It's like all the teeth got knocked out of his mouth. I think both tires are broken on the front of that car. Look at that thing.
He has it cranked all the way to the left. It's just not turning.
And it's going straight.
He was telling everybody on pit road, just go.
Now don't screw up in your box. Oh, that might be too far forward.
No, he's good.
Oh,
He's
okay.
at least able to get it stopped.
All right, here's the replay. It all started. Frisch got bottled up behind Cosman, and Vargas just had nowhere to go but into the back end of him.
So there goes Frisch. There goes Vargas. Cisco just head onto the wall almost. There's Gary Owen getting.
Oh my, Gary Owen
on two wheels.
Tony Hawk.
Someone had a really good avoidance for this. I didn't see who it was. I'll see it in this one again. Did Shieldhouse get in this? No, he didn't.
No, it's Gabe Wood, I think.
Yeah, Gabe snuck through this. Keenan snuck through it right there,
as
too.
well, and Rusty.
And then Breyer just hits Trey, I guess.
Nowhere to go.
So why did Cisco just go head on into the wall here? Oh, that's why.
He gets hit.
Okay.
Vargas pushed him up. Yep. And I guess the contact with Vargas broke the left front suspension, and then the right front suspension definitely broke when he hit the outside wall.
What are you yelling at us for, Zach?
He said the suspension broke, which is what I said.
I'm sorry. It's hard to broadcast with Zach just having a meltdown in the producer chair. This whole race.
The meltdown happens next week at Michigan. Come on now.
Oh man. Every broadcast I do with Zach Johnson, he's yelling at somebody about something. I'm just kidding. I'm just painting Zach to be this horrible person.
Pace truck is in. We'll have 61 laps to go here on the restart. Vargas and Gabe Wood on the front row for the green flag. Here we go.
Oh boy, and he checks him up, and there goes Vargas. Gabe does not get a good restart. Shieldhouse is going to be into second here. They're 3 wide into one. Cosman throws it inside. He's going to get a couple of spots under Breyer. And look at this. The top 3 are clear as they head into turn 3.
Davin jacked up Keenan for a moment, but they're all good. David stacks up everybody on the inside line, and they made it. Oof.
Gabe Wood just sent it into turn 3, got Shieldhouse sideways. A great save by David to keep it going, but that's going to bottle everybody up behind Gabe as Dylan Kem and Keenan Kusin are side by side behind him.
Here comes Cam to the inside. How about David Shieldhouse running second? Where did he come from? Great night for him. All of a sudden, kind of emerging out of nowhere.
As you say that, he nearly spins himself going through 1 and 2, and here comes Cozy to take advantage. The broadcaster's jinx is going to hit David Shieldhouse. He knows about it too. He does this.
He's done it. Yeah.
He's done it a lot. But Cozy through to P2. Now he's got to chase down Vargas.
That is. Remember, Shieldhouse in the Firecracker picked Cozy to win the races.
Keenan's in trouble.
He got jacked up and got sent to the outside line and almost got sent to the hospital. He got hit by Gary, and Gary pushed him way out there. That's almost by where I sat when I was at Martinsville this fall.
Don't think the handling on that Stinger is meant for Martinsville, but he keeps that Kia going. So up front, though, there you see Ryan Vargas in that TikTok machine as your leader, but Cozy has eaten into this lead. Last time by at the line, Vargas runs a 20.205. Michael Cozy almost a full 0.2 faster. So that 99 definitely has some power to it as they head into 3.
Cozy is closing that gap 0.2 faster. Like you mentioned. Trouble. Cosman back front straightaway. Caution. He got turned around. I think Frisch finished him off. Well, he got loose first, and then Frisch had nowhere to go but straight into the back of him. Oh, what a great job by everybody else to avoid him. Once we get a replay, Eliza spun it at the line, but kept it rolling. Here is the replay. Just lost it off of
Yep.
4 on the gas.
And we're talking about rear tire grip all throughout the race is so important at this track, especially on the longer runs. And Cosman just put a little too much gas into it, got split by Gary. There goes Eliza spinning, no damage to her car. She keeps it going. But good job, everybody around, not to make that a bigger deal than it was. There's on board with Frisch and nowhere for him to go. Right into Cosman. Frisch does a good job of keeping that thing straight. And caution number 35, I think it appears.
Something like that. So Vargas pits, Gabe Wood pits, Davin pits, as well as some others. So Cozy takes the lead. And now you've got David in second, Dylan Kem third, Breyer fourth, Gary Owen fifth.
Michael Frisch, after being involved in that accident, doesn't look like he has a bunch of damage to that car. So he's going to get in the 6th position. Right behind him, Keenan Kusin. We've seen him in or around a couple of wrecks tonight, so he's going to be 7th. Cisco Scaramuza, after losing the entire front end ability in that car, is going to be in 8th. Trey Normile will be in 9th, and Rusty is going to round out the top 10 in this thing. So there you see your top 10, and going to all be about where Ryan Vargas and company behind him shake out in this. They got their work cut out for them, just like Cozy did at the start of this race, but they're going to be right smack in the middle of the field here, Jacob.
Yeah, it's going to make it interesting here on the restart, as we should have the restart here with 50 laps to go in this race.
And that is not a long time in Martinsville, so that'll go by in the blink of an eye.
Tell you what, that crowd is unrealistic.
Why do you say that?
The crowd was pretty full when we were when I was here back in October. Turn 3 and 4 was not that full. Front straightaway was pretty full. There were plenty of seats available down in turn 1 and 2 where I was at. I don't know about directly behind me because we were down pretty low, but
why is that section of the grandstand just in the sun right there?
Is like God in that section or something, and that's why it's lit. You got 3 and 4 lit really well as well.
I think we need to get Andrew Schwartz and Jake Poulin on the phone here, because that that is urgent.
All right, here we go. Getting ready for the restart. Cozy and Schildhouse on the front row. 50 to go, green flag.
Does anybody have anything for Michael Cozy Jr.? So we'll see into turn number 1. Cozy's going to get cleared. Dylan Kem alongside of Schildhouse. Kem gets a little loose off the corner. They're going to be 3 wide going into 3. Vargas going to dive it in on Normile. Cisco gets sent up. Vargas hops the curb, and he keeps going. How did he do that?
Cisco's going to lose 4 or 5 spots because of it. Dylan Kem takes over second. Schildhouse fits in line for P3 downstairs. You got Breyer up high with Gary Owen down low, fighting for that 4th position. Meanwhile, Cozy, we'll be seeing you. He's gone.
Good win, Michael Cozy Jr., but battle's going to be for the 4th spot right now. There's Brian LaPrade, Gary Owen, and LaPrade into the wall in the front straightaway. That's going to mess up his corner entry. He's going to keep it going. Frisch is right there, too. So can Frisch and Breyer get through these cars to get to Cozy?
Through 3 and 4. Schildhouse still looking good there, trying to catch that 9 of Dylan Kem to retake 2nd position. Breyer's going to get by Frisch, maybe. Frisch sticks his nose back in there for that 5th spot. And then right behind them battle as well, Keenan.
Oh, man.
Contact. Keenan's around. And Vargas and Davin and Moore. Oh, my God.
Another parking lot. It's like a starting grid off of turn 4.
Is it that hard to hit the brakes in that wreck here? My God.
Jacob, we're in the ARCA car.
I know, but that's a couple of times now where they wreck and then the back half of the field just comes piling in at full speed sideways. Here's the replay.
Well, we got some activity happening on pit road. We'll see after the replay here, but that 85 looks like he just hits the curb a little bit in the middle of the corner. That sends him up the track into Keenan. Keenan comes down into Vargas, and Cosman, he thinks he has the wreck avoided, and then Vargas just pulls out and makes sure he gets a piece of it. But let's see. So here's Cosman. He thinks he has it avoided. into the corner.
Oh, he just couldn't get to the brakes on time.
And he's got a
That's all that
lane, and
was.
that was Davin that just pulled out and made sure he got an extra piece of it. Yeah.
Well, we had Shieldhouse Pit and a couple of others up at the front. So the top 5 looks like Cozy, Cam, LaPrade, Frisch, and Davin, even though, we've got contact on pit road. According to our admin, Benjamin Easterday.
I think it was between Cosman and Ryan Vargas.
And
there
Vargas.
it is.
Wow. He was trying to avoid. Oh, Cosman just wasn't paying attention in his mirror. That's not beef, folks. That's just not paying attention.
It is not beef. I mean, Vargas did a good job of seeing that happen as soon as Cosman started turning down. That could have been a lot worse.
Right.
Guess you got to have quick reflexes to be a NASCAR driver. Who'd have thunk it?
Right.
Right.
1 lap to green.
Should we interview Cozy now for the victory lane interview, or?
Let's wait till the next caution.
Okay.
We'll do it early.
That's fine.
Now, if he wrecks, you know that's commentator's curse coming right back at you.
I got to stir something up. I mean, we were talking about it earlier.
Hashtag blame Evan Pasoko has been replaced. It's now hashtag blame Sean Butler.
Or you could just do blame Butler. I mean, it kind of rolls off a little bit better. That'll work.
Here we go. Cozy and Kim here on the restart with Breyer and Frisch right behind.
I swear if something happens.
42 to go, I believe. Yes, green flag.
Oh, and Hicken got the wall on the straightaway. And look at this. Cosman throws it in. Oh, and he gets the curb. And Vargas goes around again off of Keenan Kusin. Cosman just ramped off the curbing going into turn 1. That'll bring out another caution.
We're not even trying anymore. Let's just bring Vargas in right away. You've had a rough night here in this second race. What the world happened?
You'll have that. I guess there was a dive bomb that I just didn't know about. But you'll have that in big time auto racing.
Yeah? Is this what you see in the Xfinity series?
Sometimes. It is definitely a thing that can and will happen.
All right, so looking forward, we've got Michigan next week. We finally get away from the short tracks and get to a big racetrack. How do you feel about heading there in these things?
Well, I wish I could attend. I'll actually be in Southern California for the holidays, but I will be watching online. I need a black cleared. I need a black flag clear.
I got it.
Thank you.
The big question is, will you be back for the All-Star race, which is 2 weeks? It's after Christmas, before New Year's.
Potentially. Maybe. Okay. If I'm like available, I am here.
Perhaps.
It's Thursday, December 30th, the last race we have before 2022. Of course, it's appropriate, the Radicals.
Heck yeah.
Oh boy.
So, anything else you want to talk about? Dylan Jacobs parked the car like 26 laps ago, but we just didn't see it until now.
But I mean, I feel good. I mean, I'm having fun. I mean, I'm honestly not very good with this car and track combo, but I mean, you'll have that. Sometimes you'll just have a car and track combo that you're just not good at, and this is one of them. So, if I finish anywhere near the top 5 tonight, I'll be pretty happy.
All right. Well, best of luck. I said earlier tonight that I wanted you to win just so I could make a Mike Joy reference, TikTok grandfather clock.
Oh,
I think it's appropriate with your sponsor, but
I mean, we're gonna do all we can. I mean, is it out of the cards yet? Absolutely not. But you know, we'll have to see.
Go get him. Go send it. Ryan
Will do.
Vargas, driver to number 6. He gets the start from P17, it looks like, I think, maybe. P16, P17, somewhere way back there. Here on the restart, he's got a long way to go and a short time to get there. We'll have 37 to go on the restart.
No, well, it's Smokey and the Bandit reference right there. Look at that.
Yes, sir.
Shieldhouse lagging back a little bit in that 6th spot up there. They're 3 wide already in the back.
Green flag. Yeah, I don't know where Justin's going, Malillo. He's down on the apron. Here comes Vargas. Here comes Gabe Wood, sending it 3 wide the back of the field. They made it. through that corner. There's still 3 wide back there.
So another corner to get through. So we'll see if we can get through this one.
Oh, that was a lot scarier, but they made it.
Look at this pack right here.
Cosman's in the wall. Oh, he's good. He just got loose, and he's all right.
Here we go, 3 wide into 3. Gary Owen looking underneath Hicken. No, Hicken just barely recognized he was there. So good awareness by him. They're able to keep it going. Normile looking to maybe cross both of them over. He thinks better of it. And Hicken just misses the corner completely.
I think at that point he's just worried. Oh! Wrecked, and now he's going to wreck anyway. And he hits Cisco. And we get a caution for that? Ben. That was quick.
I think it's just reflexes with Ben at this point in the race. Any form of contact
with 2 cars, he knows it's not going to end well.
I don't blame him, honestly. That's how this second race has been.
Do we have a graphic that shows how many cautions we've had, Zach? I've lost track. So if you could pull up an old theme or something, just so I can see how many cautions we're at now, because we've got to be at double digits. There's no way we're not at 10 or more at this point. There's the replay. There's the slam. We've got people pitting.
They just shortened the caution, so got 1 to go.
What? No, lights are still on. Okay. Right. So we've got one more lap till we got 1 to go.
Davin Cornelius puts in the race chat saying we had a car race.
A race has occurred.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
all
not
right.
up there, Zach.
Survey says, oh, this was only 9.
Is that in, yeah, I was about to say, is that in this race or is that in both?
That's just this race. So I think that means we are at 13 in total. But I thought just in this race we were at double digits. So
we are currently working lap number 69. So homage to last year's winner, Jonathan Cadell. Nice.
Yeah, well, even though he drives the 68 because Harry Tiller has the 69 in this series.
When was the last time Harry ran a race this season?
I think Iowa. I don't think he was at.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did wreck a lot at Iowa. I remember.
Right. I think we bullied him out of the sport for a little bit.
Oh come on.
And by we, I mean you and Kevin.
I did none of that. Come on.
Green flag, 31 to go.
Blasphemy. So another great restart from Cozy.
Oh,
Dylan tries to throw it in, and they're wrecking
Cody's
again.
Around. Still green.
No caution.
Still green. Still green. Frisch was involved in it. It was multiple cars, but we do stay green. As how about the battle for second? Camelly outside, Breyer down low.
It's the just got the FIA race directors in this thing so far for this one. So as we side-by-side battles from second on back, Breyer trying to bully his way by Dylan Kem. Kem kind of giving him the door on the back straightaway, showing he wasn't really appreciative of all that contact, but Kem doing a good job fending him off on the top side.
Inside 30 laps to go. We've now got 29 to go. As Davin trying to get by Schildhouse here as well. Schildhouse bounces it off the fence. The 2-time Monday Night Racing winner.
Mm-hmm. Bit of contact behind them. Gabe Wood and Ryan Vargas. A little bit of contact between them two. Vargas is going to scoot through to the 7th spot. Keenan trying to follow him through.
Oh, almost contact there between Schildhouse and Davin. Davin's going to throw it into the inside. I think Schildhouse, well, I thought he was going to have the spot, but Davin got a good run on the exit of the corner. And he'll live to fight another day down there.
Schildhouse with an interesting line going into the corners on the top side. He drives it in pretty straight. As here comes Gary Owen trying to make this 3 wide. He has not been shy to do that. And that's not a bad strategy. You could force the guys ahead of you to break later and maybe make a mistake. Owen pushing Davin Cornelius down the front straightaway. You don't want to do that in these cars, but how they didn't wreck there in some way, I don't know. They're still able to keep it going, and Schildhouse and Davin still side by side for 4th.
Yeah, Davin didn't have a lot of traction there in that 77.
Oh my goodness, that's like 4 of them. That's 4 of them, Jake.
26 to go. Make it 25 now as they cross the stripe.
Oh my goodness. Jacob hits his greatest hits for
Davins!
jokes.
Oh, Davin almost got turned by Gary.
Now Davin's going to run that top side. Gary underneath him. Vargas right behind them just in case anything happens. Davin nearly hits the wall off of turn number 4. So move Owen up to the 5th spot, and Vargas follows him through now.
Yeah, Vargas going to give it everything he's got. Remember, he was back in 15th.
Oh, whoa, whoa,
A while ago, and he wheel hops. Oh, hang on. He does.
And Ryan Vargas said he's not all that comfortable in this car at this track on iRacing, so he's doing pretty well for himself right now. He's been in the top 10 virtually all race, so we'll see if he's got anything for these guys up front. But right now, guys, the battle for the lead, I'm looking. Right now, it's actually pretty close. Breyer has reeled in Cozy slowly but surely, and he's right there to the back bumper of the 99.
Oh, boy. We got ourselves a race up at the front. Would have thought.
That caught me off guard with that, oh, boy.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Zach, if we could we get a CodyHGaming update? I'm just requesting it in the 28 car. There he is.
Well, we've got trouble. Davin just got turned by Vargas. He saved it.
That's your CodyHGaming update. Thank you very much for.
Yep.
This is not over. Gabe Wood.
Gabe Wood just punted him. There it is.
Oh, that's the.
Saved it.
That's a caution.
The caution. Ben, we're gonna need to have a talk.
Yeah, might have to have a word. We had a car spinning, facing the other way, and no caution. And
I tell you what, for every 10 cautions Ben gets right, he gets one that's wrong, and that's the one we complain about. So
the FIA stewards are definitely have their hands in this. Pit stops though. Ryan Vargas comes down pit road, but he is a lonely man.
Well, he's got Davin and Rusty and Cisco and Eliza and Justin and Cody coming down, but everybody that was up at the front is staying out. Here's the replay. That's the second time they tried to kill Davin.
Why was Rusty up there in the first place?
Watching the broadcast, I don't know.
I mean, he could have just stayed down low. I'm going to see if I can find that out. There's the contact between Gabe Wood and Cornelius. Good save by Davin.
Yeah, that's
What
twice.
is Rusty doing up there?
I think he's just panicking so he doesn't run over Cisco, because by then the caution's out.
So he's riding the wall on the front stretch right there. So let's see. We're going in the speed of sound now. Okay.
Yeah, that's
he
where he got loose.
there.
That was the same time Vargas got loose off the corner.
And Normal just took the air off of his spoiler there, going through 3 and 4. It's not a thing, by the way. It's just being facetious.
I think we have a little bit more to go, maybe.
The adventures of Rusty Walrus throughout this race.
In the meantime, let's talk to Davin here before we get the restart. You got pulley there in that last lap, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm a little bit frustrated in general because I had this thing in a good position, pitted before the stage, was going to stay out, be up there, got run over, I'm kind of stuck in the middle, be getting shuffled a lot. I might have squeezed Vargas a little bit there, but I did not squeeze Gabe Wood, I'll tell you that much.
Well, we're inside 20 to go. Just send it and see what happens.
Yeah, threw some freshies on it. Hopefully we get some chaos ahead of me. And I, miss it this time or don't get run into each wreck. We're going to try and send it.
We got bad news. Cozy and Breyer are fast. You got to be faster than them.
That's fine. I'm not racing them. I mean, we got there's a pro class and an AM class. I was happy at the start of the first race to be at the front of the AM class. Some bad things happened through the pit cycle there, but I'm trying to redeem myself here.
All right, good luck. Go get him.
Yes, sir.
That's Davin, driver of the 77, the Traxion car, owner of the league. He'll get a restart with 16 laps to go, as will everybody else. Cozy and Breyer on the gas, green flag.
All is right with the world with Michael Cozy Jr. and Breyer LaPrade on the front row. Breyer sends it into turn number 1. We'll see if he can get that traction on the top, trouble in the back.
No caution. He saved it.
Keep it going. Breyer's still fighting on the top.
Yeah, Breyer's going to have to fall in line, though.
Oh man, there. Oh, Vargas and Cosman, big contact. Davin gets sent up the track. Davin just can't buy a break in the last part of this.
When he's wrecking, then he hits Cody. Caution, parking lot, back straightaway. Oh, Rusty just got clobbered by Malillo. I mean, oh, he hit him a ton. That's no doubt a caution. We'll get a replay here in a moment as both traction cars collide on the back straightaway.
So there's the initial incident here. Vargas, Cosman kind of panics a little bit, and so does Vargas. Vargas gets sent into the curbing, which sends Davin up into the wall, and then nowhere for Hicken to go. And then Elijah's snuck through like 3 wrecks so far tonight. That's been very interesting to watch there. But yeah, I mean, 3 wide at Martinsville, it either works or it doesn't, and this is one of those cases where it doesn't. Here's Justin. Let's see what happened to him.
He just doesn't stop.
Oh my God! Oh man,
that is so much worse from the onboard. Oh no!
Oh goodness gracious!
Props to Eliza though. She said this was her first time running this racetrack here tonight, so she's managed to make her way through a lot of these wrecks.
And she has, like I said, she has snuck through a few wrecks. I mean, the car looks pretty clean, so. She's done a good job keeping the fenders on that 64. And I mean, that's literally half the battle at Martinsville. You just have to get through the wrecks. And if you could do that, you put yourself in a great position. And she's being shown back in the 14th spot, but she's, if she keeps up her ability to get through these parking lot style wrecks, she could maybe sneak out a top 10 or top 5 if we have one of those incidents at the end.
I mean, yeah, eventually we're going to tear up enough cars. where we're going to run out of them. I mean, about half the field now has used their fast repair. Breyer, Cisco, Davin, Eliza, Trey, Malillo have all used their fast repairs. Cisco as well. I don't remember if I mentioned him or not, but he's used it.
Do you know Cisco uses fast repair too?
I couldn't remember if I said his name or not. It was toward the top of the list when I read it off, but then when I went back, I was like, oh, I don't think I read him.
I just wanted to make sure we got Cisco in there. He did use his fast repair, by the way. Just hearing Zach just furiously typing on his keyboard. You guys can't hear it, but we can. There he goes again.
Well, and I have to wonder, is he typing in Discord? Is he not typing in Discord? That's why I always look over to my laptop just to see, well, is he typing? Okay, he's not typing there. Okay, good. He's not yelling at us.
He's updating his resume saying, hey, get me out of these races so I don't have to deal with Jacob and Sean.
He's begging Parker Klingerman and Landon Castle to schedule more Thursday events. Here we go. Green flag with 10 laps to go. We do have 3 overtimes, and we're probably going to use all 3. Here we go.
Dylan Kem got a good jump on the restart. He can't do anything with it. He slides into turn number 1. Another great 1 and 2 for Cozy. He's going to get clear of Breyer down the backstretch. And Kem, nearly got in the back of Breyer. They're stacking up big time. Here comes Schildhaus working the top lane.
This is the closest Breyer, I think, has ever been. He's going to have to put the bumper to the back of the 99. He's going to have to do it soon and just try and outrun him. Unless Cozy makes a mistake. He got a little loose, but he still had the gas and still pulled away.
So they're going to have to do something back here. Schildhaus just behind these guys. You see his front bumper barely creep into the picture there. He is trying to keep that outside lane above Dylan Kem working. And you see all these guys sliding through the corners. We got trouble. Gabe Wood gets turned. No caution.
He saved it, kind of.
He stopped.
Big block from Dylan Kem on Schildhaus. That's for 3rd. A huge block down the back straightaway. He's going to do it again. Take him all the way to the wall.
Got spun again.
All the way. And here comes Gary. He's going to use up Schildhaus for 4th. I don't know what happened to Davin, but...
Oh, here's Breyer. Breyer is there. Off at turn number 4. Breyer had a bumper to Cozy. He could have hit him, decided better of it. But who knows? Maybe Breyer was holding something back.
I don't know. He's going to need some perfect laps if he's going to get a shot at it here.
Does Breyer LaPrade have the speed to get around that 99? It's been pretty much...
Schildhaus just got moved by Gary. I think it was Gary. He's going to lose 3 more spots. 1 to Vargas and now 1 to Frisch.
David's just been unable to get off of that top side. A little bit of a mistake from Breyer at the front. But look at this block by Dylan Kem. Wow.
He's gonna get.
Oh, and yep. Oh, Fresh is in it.
There goes Fresh. Caution. Cosman. Back up the track. Keenan. Team Rick. Cisco in it as well. Nobody knows what the brakes are since we're in the ARCA cars, and we are going to overtime.
And Eliza gets through another parking lot style wreck, so 2 in a row for her. But the rules of racing, well, sim racing, I guess. The first rule is you block, you pay, and Gary Owens said, I am not dealing with that, and sent Dylan Ken through the corner. Didn't wreck him per se, but got him just out of shape enough to cause all of this. But I got to say, you called it there, Jacob. I mean, he kind of had it coming if he's going to throw a block like that.
Yeah, and there is no... Yeah, so Dylan's not in the chat. Can't talk with him. Can't talk with Gary because he's not here. Cosman, Gabe, and Dylan Kim are all on pit road. So, yeah. Here's the replay.
Poor Cosman. That's like he's been involved in, I think, at least like 4 of the last 6 cautions, I think. It's been a rough go of it for that 84. It's just the crank it up portion of the broadcast.
I think so. Yeah, well, we're under caution.
We're under caution, yeah. So we're going to go to a green, white, checkered finish. This is our first of 3 attempts, as Jacob said. And I gotta agree. We are definitely. There's no way we're not using all 3 of these.
If we don't use all 3, it's going to be a miracle. we may not use all 3. We're going to use one of them, obviously, right here, and then they're going to wreck as we're like past the line for the white flag, and it'll be done. But if they wreck, keep in mind, if they wreck, Ben's going to keep it green. If we get the white flag, Ben will not throw the caution flag. So if they wreck behind the line, they keep going, and if they're still there when the leaders come by, you better avoid it.
So it's going to be Cozy, Breyer, Gary Owen, Vargas, and Frisch. Your top 5 here. So this is anyone's ball game, I think, Jacob. I mean, if these guys all wreck, this is fair game for anyone.
If Gary gets the restart of his life, he's going to send it 3 wide like Clint Boyer in 2012. You better believe it. See, he's laying back. Here we go. Green flag, overtime, 1 of 3 from Martinsville. Green flag.
Oh, and he kind of misses a shift. Look at what is Rusty doing back there? He's 3 wide. Or they're 4 wide. Damn it. Oh, my goodness.
There they go. They couldn't resist. They could not resist.
There was 0% chance that was going to work.
Zach, can you pull that graphic up again after we do replays? Because I think we're at the record now.
Oh,
because we were at 13 like 30 laps ago. Rusty's front clip is buried in the safer barrier in turn 1.
So what? I don't know what happened here. Rusty, he got the restart of his life. Then Davin tried to sneak it in there 4 wide. CodyHGaming just goes head on into the wall. I don't know. I want to see where Rusty saw it. Did he jump it? They just get bottled up? I don't know. I mean, I guess he timed it well. Normile didn't get a good start then. Oh, and he just got hooked. Davin, I mean, he couldn't have gone any lower than what he was.
Okay, so we only had 4 cautions in that first race. If we can pull up that graphic, I want to know how many we've had in this one. That's Rusty. I don't know where he's going to mowing the grass again. Pits are still closed. But some people are pitting anyway.
They'll clear him.
Yeah, whatever. 13 cautions plus 4. We're at 17.
Tied.
So we've tied the Martinsville record. The core record is 18. So if we use all 3 green, we can only have 1 more caution. So the best we can do is tie the record. The best we can do is tie the caution record.
I don't think that's something we want to do. What is happening with Dylan Kem back here and Davin Cornelius and Cosman? They're all just hitting each other. They're laughing about it, so I guess there's no beef there.
So 17 cautions tonight. You know what I think we've learned, Sean?
What have we learned, Jacob?
This track is the weakest link, and we should bring Bristol back instead.
Mm-hmm.
Because we didn't do this crap at Bristol.
Are you talking about Bristol asphalt or Bristol dirt?
Bristol asphalt. Thankfully, Bristol dirt was not birthed by the time Thor existed. And dear God, if we go there, I'm not showing up.
It was not brought into the world last year at the time. All right, here we go.
Here we go. If they crash again, we tie the record. If we don't crash again, somebody's going to come out of here a winner. Let's see what happens. Overtime number 2 of 3 from Martinsville. Green flag.
Gary tried to get that restart in another scattering of all these cars going into one. Breyer tries to keep that.
Dylan is sideways. Cosman's around. Still green.
Still green at Talladega.
3 and 4 coming to the white flag. If we make the white flag, we are official. We will not tie the record. Last lap.
Look at Breyer. He is all on the outside of Cozy. He's still there. He might have a chance to get the run down the backstretch.
We're going to have one of those fantastic Atlanta finishes here at Martinsville. What does Breyer do? Turn 3, looking for the crossover. Can he get to the back over line? When he hits him, he turns him. Gary turns him. Here comes Vargas. Grandfather clock.
Oh, he did it.
Yes.
Jacob hits. The race is worthwhile. Ryan Vargas.
Ryan Vargas, his first career core win comes at Martinsville, and the whole field piled it up at the start-finish line.
Oh, man. David gets a podium after the last part of the race. For him, David Cornelius gets a podium. Keenan Kusin gets second again. But Ryan Vargas, how did that happen?
Well, Cozy got turned on the inside, and then everybody just piled straight into the back of Breyer. Nobody went to the outside except for the 6. Vargas just played it perfect.
How about this? This is short track racing, as they were saying. So this was the restart. So Vargas restarted in 4th, and he said when we interviewed him, if I get anywhere near a top 10, I will be thrilled. So he's got the spot right there. There's the white flag, and Breyer is doing a great job with Cozy working that top lane. And you kind of knew the bumper was coming with Breyer up there. You saw him think about it, and he tried to do it. He didn't mean to wreck him. He just tried to move him out of the way. But the way these cars are, rattled his cage, and there goes everybody, and just forms a wall off the corner. And Ryan Vargas at the right place at the right time steals the win at Martinsville. That was something.
And then Gary getting turned back up across the racetrack to block CodyHGaming and the gang there on that outside line. It literally only let Davin, Keenan, and Vargas through. Everybody else got hammered. Like here you see the 24. He's going to get hit by Breyer here, bounce it off the wall, gets hit again, and that spins him back up. Davin makes it. Everybody else does not. Because everybody goes to the high side, and everybody pays the price.
Michael Cozy Jr. goes from leading the race going into turn 3 to finish 16th.
Oh, yeah, he does beat... oh, my gosh. Trey gets up in the air.
That was one of those traveling wrecks.
Yeah.
Oh boy, what a finish! I mean, that is classic short track racing. It ain't over till it's over. And Ryan Vargas says he sucks at this place, and he takes home the grandfather clock. Couldn't script it better than that. All
right, let's run through results before we do interviews. Ryan Vargas wins.
There it is.
Finishes 2nd. Davin 3rd. Dylan Kemp 4th. Gary Owen died and still finished 5th. Gabe Wood 6th. Trey Normile 7th. Justin Malillo 8th. Rusty 9th. CodyHGaming 10th.
And here's some of our heavier hitters back here. Michael Frisch finishes 11th. David Schildhaus will come home in 12th. Cisco Scaramuza, he hit a lot of stuff in this race as well. He will come up 13th. Eliza Bethel will finish 14th. Breyer LaPrade causes the mayhem on the final lap. He goes from 2nd to 15th in one corner. Same with Cozy, goes from leading to finishing 16th. Cosby Yoenis will finish in 17th, and Dylan Jacobs retires early. He will round out the field in this one. But Jacob, I believe you have a probably ecstatic Ryan Vargas to talk with.
That is impossible. Ryan Vargas race winner. How the hell did you do that?
Let's go. Any sort of way to showcase what the young people like to call a Mickey Mouse win. That is it. But honestly, I'll take it. I will gladly take that. Finally, an actual core win. I won in the preseason, but this is like legit. This is the actual one. I'm stoked. God, this league is fun. I really enjoy this league. It's a great group of guys, great group of people. I'm glad I was able to get my buddy Gabe Wood in here to race. He's a tire specialist at JD Motorsports. Just a fun group. It's a fun race. I like running this TikTok car in here. It's good memories with that car, so it's fun to give it some extra light on iRacing.
You came out a genius, picking the outside line in turn 3 while the entire field stacked up on the inside there. What was the strategy call with going to the outside, other than you had Frisch and
I saw
to the inside?
I knew I was on the outside, so my only option really was to just kind of either pile in or try something crazy, and that something crazy was just drive up to the fence. And so that's essentially what I did for the most part. I drove all the way up as high as I could. I believe, is this the replay of the finish right here? No, it's not.
No, it is.
This is the finish? Okay, here, let me widen this up. Let me see this here real quick.
Your 240 FPS replay of the
in-depth analysis from.
No, I'm okay with that.
Vargas.
So right here, I am staring at right there. He gets turned sideways, and so I'm like, okay, he's gonna spin low. There's no way he goes high. It's Martinsville, so I go right. And it was clear racetrack, and at this moment, I was just screaming, "No way!" Wow, that was a big wreck. That was cool, but that was fun. That was a blast.
So you take a week off. You are locked into the All-Star race, by the way. You do not have to go through the open shenanigans. You are in, my friend, with the win tonight.
The one race I didn't expect to get in either. Like I should look at that move. Come on, go high. But God, they all piled in. Yeah, I mean, now I might just have to run the All-Star race since I'm locked in, have some fun. Like I said, I really enjoy this league. Davin and all the folks who put this on. It's a blast. It's a good group of guys. It's a great group of people who have fun and they don't take themselves too serious. And that's what I really enjoy about this league. It's a lot of fun. And a lot of these guys are good. I mean, this is my first core win, and I've raced over 10 of these. So I mean, they're good.
Well, tonight you were a little bit better than the rest of them. Ryan Vargas, congratulations on the win. I still can't believe everything
look at this slow
just clicked.
Look at that.
Yeah. Do what?
I mean, I barely missed Cozy there. I mean, I was either gonna pile in or just miss it, and that was essentially just what happened. I just missed it, and it worked.
No, it's not about how you avoid the wrecks, Vargas.
It's about the Mets.
It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets.
Look at that drift, though. That was sick. Almost wall tapped it too. Yeah. Keenan would be a fan of that. I know he does the drift stuff. That was good.
Congratulations, Vargas. We'll see you, in 2 weeks, I guess. In 2 weeks at the All-Star race.
I'm officially a core winner. I'm so stoked.
Yes, sir. Ryan Vargas, race winner in the core. How about it? Third place now. No, second place. I'm sorry. Keenan Kusin with Sean.
Kevin. Oh, man.
I know who you are.
I know you. But
fellas, was that something or was that something? Oh my
it was something, dude. I mean, the last time we talked to you in this, we were shaming you for causing a wreck, and now you come through with a great wreck avoidance to finish second. We talked with Vargas how he got through it. How the hell did you get through this thing?
I mean, we've been kind of in the mix all night in the middle of the field. I'm not too quick here on pace, so I've avoided a couple wrecks tonight, and I just kind of saw the track on the outside. I'm like, I'll get to the wall, and if they come up into me, I'll just bounce off the wall and go over the line. And I think me, David, and Vargas were the only 3 cars to make it through that outside gap before the window just got shut. So right place, right time. I kind of lifted a bit early too, because I'm like, it's Martinsville, lax corner. I'm sure someone's going to get the bumper, and it turns out that paid off.
Well, yeah, but it paid off for you big time. Now, if I remember correctly, you had a similar instance in our season opener at Daytona where you avoided the massive wreck coming to the line and finished second. So what are you going to have to do to get a win with one of these things when you're avoiding one of these wrecks?
Either everyone but me has to die, or I really have to be on my A game for the rollable. I mean, like, really my goal for the season this year, I finished 7th last year in points, and I was like, well, if we can get a top 5, that'd be cool. And then like LaPrade showed up, and like a bunch of other good people showed up. I'm like, oh, you know, maybe we'll stick to 7th, but you just keep clicking home these good points days. I mean, it'd be cool to get a win, but getting 7th to 2nd feels like a win to me.
Oh, for sure. And I'd assume you'd be in the All-Star race. So, I mean, with this one coming up, was it the Radicals at Charlotte, Jacob?
Sure
so what are we?
Yep.
What is our strategy for that? I mean, I know you're a big road guy as well. You've driven the Radical a few times, but have you ever driven it on an oval the size of Charlotte?
I have not. No, I've intentionally been staying away from it just so I can go into it completely blind with no expectations. But I've heard a lot of people go, it's going to be good. Especially Jacob is like hyping it up last week, so I'm looking forward to it.
Oh heck, he's hyping it up all race today, so he is excited about it. But Keenan, you should be excited about that finish, man. So excellent job avoiding that wreck. Got yourself another P2, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks for that the old Radicals at Charlotte. Good job tonight, dude.
Yeah, thanks for Traxion. Putting their name's not on the car yet, but it will be Thrustmaster. Everyone watching me on Twitch, and thanks to you guys for putting on a great broadcast. We'll see you next week.
And thank you for being a great interview, Keenan.
I do my best, Sean.
You're doing a great job. But...
Tell everyone to crash more so we can keep talking.
I mean, we don't have to tell them. They do it all on their own. Just fine. But we'll send it back to Jacob. Keenan, awesome job, dude. Congrats.
Thank you, sir.
That is Keenan Kusin, P2. Jake, back to you.
Yeah, let's talk with Davin Cornelius, P3. I don't think that's how you drew it up.
Talk about whatever just happened. Got bodied a lot in that last race. I definitely bumped a few people. I definitely turned Gabe, so just to welcome him to the core. I don't know. It just came off a turd fort. Everybody in the front was at the bottom of the track. I see Vargas, I see Keenan, I see myself. I'm all right with it. Stumble into another pretty good finish and pretty good for the points too.
So, next week, Michigan. Your thoughts?
I'll be honest, I forgot what I did there last year, which means it probably wasn't that impressive. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that far in advance, I guess.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. All right. I expect a little more time so I could think of something else, but what?
I'll thank my sponsors. That'll fill up some time, right?
Yeah.
Thanks to Traxion. Got them back in the car this week, probably for the rest of the season. Appreciate them sponsoring the league. On board the car. They're cool. I got Stickers and Scuffs podcast on the quarter panel. They were on the car last week. Got them a lot of TV time at CTMP. That was fun. Yeah, feeling good. I didn't expect to be in this good of a points position after that many races, but we've stumbled into some good results. And I feel like generally I've been pretty nice to people on the way.
Well, best of luck next week at Michigan. And maybe you can get yourself a win and get yourself locked into the All-Star race in 2 weeks.
A win would be nice.
That it would. Davin Cornelius, driver of the 77, finishing P3 tonight. Now, how do you want to do this, Sean? Do you want to interview them both at the same time, bring them up at the same time, or just do one or the other, Briar and Cozy?
I mean, you are the head commentator, so I just have to follow your lead in this race. So, I mean, whatever you're comfortable
told we also
doing.
have a word from Cisco, so let's talk to them together at the same time. Oh, okay, they were already talking about it. Oh, that was a fun 2 laps. You guys were all over each other like a cat on Velcro all night long. Take us through those last 2 laps, though. That's really what.
I don't got anything to say, Brian. Well, you want to take this one?
Well, I got waxed all night, and probably shouldn't have made that move because, like I said, got waxed all night. Didn't deserve to win anyway. So, just bad move on my end, and
Who just cracked open?
But yeah, just bad move on my end. I shouldn't even made that move because he had the speed all night and he deserved it more. So learn for next time, I guess. And even though I should have known better.
Well, that's good with me. Is that good with y'all?
I mean, you both have a win going into Michigan next week, plus the All-Star race in 2 weeks. Is it done? Or we're not going to have this like every week, where they got into each other again. Right, the rivalry continues. Like it's just one and done. We move on.
There's no beef, is there?
No.
Nah.
We race fine at short tracks. We're always like racing each other, brawling at short tracks. Usually, I don't know, like FTF. I remember we brawled pretty good. And, like we're just always close at on speed and at short tracks. So it is what it is. Just a mistake on my end. So that's that.
Now, I have one more question for Briar, because you mentioned earlier that you're still getting acclimated. Wow, I can't talk. Used to your new rig. So how long do you think before you figure this thing out? Because you're doing pretty well, and we all know how long it takes to get used to new equipment there. So is it a dramatic change for you? So is it still something you got to like maybe take some time to get used to? I mean, how long do you think it'll take before you're up to speed, if you will, with this?
I'm not so sure, to be honest. It's pretty much everything changed besides my pedals, because I used to have my monitor sitting up on a corner desk, and I would literally be sitting below my desk looking up, and now I'm like even with the monitors, so it's a little bit different. Still got to do some tweaking and tuning with the bass and all that good stuff, but hopefully it doesn't take too long. But the ERA race last night and this race feels pretty good, so I think should take a little bit more time and should be fine.
Well, I'd say it's off to a good start now. Cozy, if the situation is reversed, let's say whatever race we're at next, Briar's leading, you're right behind him, you're going to feed him the bumper here like he did to you this time? Can we expect maybe something like that?
Yeah, I wouldn't cross it off. You never know. I mean, it's always hard when you get back, because you feel like something like that happens. You never really get back in the roles reverse situation. But if we happen to be roles reversed in a situation like that, I can't rule out. I wouldn't use the bumper, but that's not usually how I race. So I'd have to see how I woke up that day. We'll see.
So Jake, it sounds maybe like a pseudo beef. I think like a false beef.
I guess it's that impossible stuff. That's what it is.
Impossible beef.
That's what it is. So thank you, gentlemen, for a great show tonight. Best of luck to you next week when we head to Michigan.
Hell yeah.
We'll drag them on back down. There we go. That works. Okay, what's the deal with Cisco here? What did Cisco do that's so important, Zach? Okay. He's getting the hot dog. I see. Oh.
Cisco, what are you eating?
I got the concession stand. I'm right here.
You hopped out of the car and Pat got through tech, and
literally right there.
Oh,
I haven't teched the car yet. What?
Oh,
they have to tech all those broken cars. I could just sit here and wait, and grab some snacks. Yeah.
I was wondering why I see your name's not grayed out on the results screen, and then I look, and then Zach just points out that Cisco is at the concession stand. It looks like it's closed from what I'm. It's closed. How did you get chips out of there?
I work at iRacing, dude. I have the key. I just opened the door, went in, and grabbed the bag, and my unnamed chips here, unbranded chips.
Get the side of the bag. There we go. Look at they're still waiting. I mean, are there people still in there? I mean, they look like
they're gonna get they're waiting for the leftover hot dogs.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they do that.
You know how it is. Yeah. But so I think that this gag's run its course, and we'll send it back up to the booth, guys.
This guy is uncertain of what he should do for this.
By the way, what an ending to that one, huh?
You're telling us we got. I don't want to say a front row seat to that, but that was very exciting. I would say so. I mean, I guess we could ask you too. I mean, what is your strategy going to be going into Michigan of all places? I mean, you go from short track, one of the fastest tracks, it's closed. Zach, you're not Diet Pepsi, but
thanks. Old Pepsi logo, appreciate it.
Yeah, very very old. But so what is your plan going into Michigan? Can we see you maybe stealing the win up there like Vargas stole one tonight?
I don't know if I'm going to be stealing the win, but Michigan's probably going to be better. I'm better on more full throttle tracks. Short track isn't really my specialty. And then I'm hoping to have some more time with this rig because, as you can tell, I'm not at the office anymore. So yeah, it's I got my sight lights a little bit wrong and paid Davin back unintentionally for last week. That was not the intention, but I did it anyway. Yeah, no, Michigan should be fun. Just looking to get back to a little bit faster tracks, a little bit more wide open throttle. So looking forward to it.
I guess.
Thanks, Cisco. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Cisco.
All right, Sean, final thoughts before we say goodnight.
I just want Cisco to save you some of those chips if you can get more from the infield. I'm kind of hungry after this.
Look how excited those fans are.
Look at how flat those fans are.
Flat Stanley.
I don't think they're able to leave their seats. They're just glued to them with that. I've never seen those fans there before. But this race had everything you could expect from a Martinsville race. We had some good racing, side-by-side racing, beating and banging, wrecking. So as far as I'm concerned with this race, it checked off all of the boxes for this one. And plus, had a very exciting finish. First-time core winner. So all in all, I'd say it was a good race. Very well worth watching. Hope y'all enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed putting it together for you.
TikTok grandfather clock. Those are my final words. We will see you next week from Michigan. The entire band will be back together. I think Kevin will be with us then. But until that point, thanks for watching. Heck, we'll be in holiday mode next week because Christmas is just 2 days after the core race. What?
Can I go over here? Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
What is this? Is this the care center?
I think this is the care center. Is this become track lost speedways with Cisco Scarman?
Yeah, all right. Time to say goodnight. For Zach Johnson, our producer, Sean Butler, I'm Jacob Pitts. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Traxion for sponsoring the league. Thanks to CodyHGaming for sponsoring the CodyHGaming 200 here from Martinsville. Ryan Vargas, your winner of the second race. Michael Cozy Jr. won the first one. We'll see you next week. Good night.
It's about the Mets, baby.